What's going on, guys? It's your bro Taylor.
And your other bro Ryan here. And this week we're gonna hit you guys with another competition update. We're gonna add a little bit more to these videos as we go, and see how you guys like it. We're constantly trying to improve this so you guys like it more, so you get more out of it.
Yeah, we're just going to go into a little bit more in-depth breakdown. Some people have reached out, said they wanted a bit, more in-depth analysis of some of the stocks, at least some of the bigger losers and winners and why we think they are the way they are. But, again, we're just looking for feedback from you guys, but we'll go ahead and get into it. So this week you guys voted, and I bought Micron Tech. They're an American producer of like computer and data storage. So, they're in the whole tech space and everything. They're a historically well performing stock over the past 5 years. They've done really well already today. We just bought, earlier. It's already up a little bit. So I have really high hopes for this stock.
And today I actually purchased AT&T. All of you guys should know about AT&T, but AT&T is a telecommunication company that is kind of in the dumps right now. A lot of people are selling off. They've had recent bad news about them selling Warner Brothers, they're trying to reorganize their debt, and they're trying to sell off to try and pay a lot of it down and kind of a little bit start fresh and go back to their core of telecommunication. And so I personally am a little bit bullish on AT&T since it's so cheap. They've historically paid a high dividend,
Oh, yeah.
and they're supposed to cut their dividend. So don't get me wrong, they won't have that much longer, but they're reorganizing their debt, they're restructuring the company. So I think that's a good start, and I think they're going to keep performing well. So right now, personally, I'm not recommending you buy it. I'm just saying I personally might have bought it recently.
Yeah.
Outside of this portfolio.
Yeah, I know I have it in my personal portfolio because of that high paying, dividend and everything. And historically, it's been a well enough performing stock. We'll see how it kind of falls and everything. But overall, my stocks have made a slight recovery in the most part. If you guys remember last week, everything kind of flipped, but we were both down overall. And, while that may still be the case, a lot of my stocks are making a slight recovery. This is like we mentioned, it's nothing we're really worried about. Overall, the stock market will do well in the most part if you have a somewhat diverse portfolio. So, a lot of my stocks are up from what they were last week, Tesla, Disney, Apple. Apple's always killing the game, it feels like. So the, a couple stocks that are still kind of struggling, the big one being Rivian. That one's not doing great for me. AMC, AMC is such an interesting stock for me, because they're back up this week. So, that stock's kind of all over the place. I never know what to expect from them.
Yeah, and this week, my biggest my biggest supporter is Delta, actually. Delta Airlines has been killing it.
Yeah.
Actually, they're my overall portfolio. They're my best performing stock. This week alone, they're up $4.25. So that's big. And then, as you guys have heard throughout this whole competition, my worst performing stock is Lucid. That EV market is just so volatile right now. No one knows what's really going to happen. Lucid could, I still believe, come out and do some big things, but they just need big news to come out. We kind of gotten lucky on this portfolio for myself because Delta we bought in low just because the new COVID variant came out. AT&T, like we said, we bought low because everybody's afraid they're cutting their dividend, and because the recent sell-off. And then Lucid, everybody's afraid they don't really have a lot of actual good news backing them and good support backing them. So they're kind of up in the air right now. No one really is really bullish on them to my knowledge.
Yeah.
And then we still have Lululemon. They're performing okay. They were up overall in the week, but they didn't do anything. And that was the stock we bought last week.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and get into the most exciting part and sharing our market value.
Excited for me.
Ryan thinks he'll still be in the lead this week. I think there may have been a flip back to the correct leader and everything. But we'll go ahead and get into it. So this week, my overall market value is $277.76. Lots of sevens in there. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Your boy is sitting at 281.42. Still the leader is what I like to see.
Yeah. See, I kind of thought that might still be the case, but the gap has closed. Last week it was like an $8 or $9 gap. It's already closed back a little bit. So
But we did just buy into these companies, so I think AT&T is going to run a little bit, which is going to be good. And I don't know what your stock's going to do.
yeah. Well, Micron Tech, has been doing phenomenal actually lately, and over the past 5 years, their growth is insane. So I have high hopes. They're already up like 40 cents on the day, and we bought a few hours ago, really. So I'm not
Data
too
centers
worried
are a
about
big
it.
deal in kind of the future, so
Yeah,
you just better hope they take off before the competition ends.
yeah. Well, I think they will. They've been doing good. So Ryan's still the leader. That's no big deal. I think we're closing that gap already. I anticipate that we'll overcome it soon. You guys are doing well in the voting for the most part, getting me the good stock, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, and like we said, we're going to keep improving these videos. So if you guys watch the screenshots this time and the extra clips we have, we're going to try and post a graph in there to show you guys the performance per week, who's been winning. So if you do check in, say you happen to skip week 2 and you join in week 3 or 4, then you'll see who's been winning the whole time, or you'll see who won each week and now who's the current leader, just so you can kind of keep progress or keep along with us, even if you don't necessarily watch every video. Even though we'd always like you to watch every video
Yeah.
and always vote, but it can help just in case you do skip one or two.
Yeah, and another thing, we were talking about how, some of our stocks are up. You may see in our positions, screenshot that we have and everything, that overall our stocks may still be in the negative. Like, for example, like Costco, it's still negative from what I initially invested. I initially invested 50. It's still down like almost $1.50. But in this past week, it's gone up a few cents. So we're gonna add some more of this analysis and everything, some more pages in here for you guys to have a little bit more information. Of course, feel free to, tell us that it's too much, you'd prefer just a short, more concise video. We're going to kind of adjust this to whatever you guys really want. So we really do like hearing from you guys.
Yeah, so we appreciate you guys watching this video. Like always, like the video, leave feedback, vote on the stocks per week, and let's keep winning this thing.
Yeah, thanks, guys.